Like there's no point in knowing my real name. It's social media. All social media is fake most of the time anyway. It's not that there isn't real in social media, but the majority of it is
So she's still using her stage name. Got it.
fake, made up, edited. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like a secret agent when you walk around? Like,
yeah, I do.
Dude, that must feel safe.
Because I don't even give out my real name. Even to people I know personally, like at church or anything, everybody knows me as Nala. And it makes me feel safe. Even though, yes, God could keep me safe like that.
They just buy everything these hookers say.
But
maybe he gave you wisdom for it.
I'm just saying there's people out there with very bad intentions. And I've seen that over the last year and a half of becoming a Christian.
Blah, 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 blah.
People have battered me and my husband online.
She wants more attention and fame. That's why she keeps her stage name.
With no regret.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have zero regret. None. Zip, nada. Talk about Aisha Curry too. And thank Pearl, you are a rare gem among venomous. I have met plenty of toxic evil women in my life, not mom. You are my hero. You are fighting for men. God bless you. So much injustice to men. Thank you, Aisha Curry. Yeah, I mean, that's a woman who married young, right? There's this idea that, if you marry your high school sweetheart and she stays with you for life, that you're in the clear. But even Aisha Curry is out here embarrassing her husband.
And so I'm like, why would I give out something personal when you're just going to take it and literally blow a hole through me with it?
Yeah.
Like, why would I hand you that bullet?
Well, can I be honest? Hear me out when I say this. I'm really happy that God gave you this journey because not a lot of women would fulfill it. Not that many women finish the race. The first person that told all the disciples that were running away that Jesus was alive was a woman who was a prostitute, a woman that everybody else wrote off.
That's true.
And during the times we talk about it now, we give her praise, but dude, back in the day, they really wanted to stone this woman.
Yeah.
This woman wasn't somebody that people even wanted in the room or having a conversation, but Jesus says, hey, young lady, come here. I want you to go tell those 11 men. To me, I think that's really powerful because imagine what her heart was like. Imagine what her mind was like. We are always so quick as Christians to look at ourselves and be so grateful for where we're at. And then we quickly look down at another man that God is meeting. And so I'll never forget when the disciple goes, hey, why are we using the perfume? And why are we doing this? And this girl's weeping and washing his feet. We don't know the separation of love. And I really think that people who really love God are somebody who are really deep in a hole and God came and reached them.
It's true. It's very true. Well, that's why the Pharisees, they've been studying
the Hoda holy pipeline
God
is real.
And like religion and have these laws that they had like instilled in them from like childhood. So it's like, it's kind of like nowadays when you hear of people who are like, I don't really have a testimony. I've just been saved basically my whole life. I've been baptized when I was a kid and then I lived that out. I haven't like been tested like that. So it's
we all get tested. All women have guys trying to bang them from the time we're young. And look, I am not without sin. I am no angel. I'm never going to pretend I am. But I don't think it took much to know to not get gangbanged on camera. I don't think that's that high of a threshold. I don't think that's tested that hard. I really don't. I think that more women actually should get gangbanged on camera and just go say sorry afterwards. If the Christians keep allowing these women to exploit them, I hope more women do it till they learn. I hope they get a flood. Because if you guys can't learn any discernment, I mean, you get exactly what you deserve.
Kind of like that. That's how I see it. Where someone is me, where I cherish my salvation. Not that they don't, but I cherish it in such a crazy manner because I knew that this was like my last chance. God gave me one more chance and this was it. I was baptized at 7. Like for me, it was like being in a swimming pool. I didn't know what it meant. You know what I'm saying? And getting saved at such a young age, I don't remember any of it. But now.
How convenient. I conveniently forgot it when I wanted to get gangbanged on camera. It's like, yeah.
Making the conscious decision to serve God and be his child as an adult My parents are not over me. No friends are influencing me. It is my decision to whether I want to be in eternity with God or eternity in hell. And that was the most precious thing to me, that I made that decision. You know, thankfully, my husband brought me to salvation. He brought me to the door, but I had to open it. So I think I cherish it on such a deep level, whereas other people who are casting stones, they don't. They realize that they've been saved their whole life, that they would never go astray. They would never do the things that I've done. They would never sell their body online. They would never.
Like, why can't you just be ashamed and like go pray privately? Why does this have to be a spectacle?
Be promiscuous and yet cast stones at somebody.
Cast the stone. I wouldn't be casting the stone if you were just sitting in church, but you're not sitting in church. You're going on podcasts and drawing all this attention to a terrible story. This is an awful story. You're a terrible person. The things you did were terrible. So now that you want this get out of jail free card, God may give it to you, but we don't have to. We don't. Go to the back of the church, shut the F up, and go be a wife and a mother. Yeah.
Who had a very different life than them, very different life. And people are always saying like, oh, you can't blame your childhood. Believe it or not, your childhood has a lot to do with how you grow up.
100%.
Your influences as parents, your siblings.
You can't blame your childhood because there's people with worse childhoods than you that did not make the decision. So, yeah.
Things, how they treated you. I'm in the middle of 5 children. Like, imagine. And my
I'm the middle of 10. Shut the F up.
family was basically poor. So, and then my dad threw himself into being a pastor out of nowhere after he had like cheated on my mom. They divorced, remarried. He had left our family to poverty, came back all of a sudden, like one day, because he decided he wanted to be a dad again, and then became a pastor, and then threw our family into religious churchship, like being like the first in, first out, teaching Sunday schools, anything that the church wanted to do. I remember like
notice how she's still blaming the parents. It's never, you know what? I was a slutty kid. Ew, that sounds gross to say. I was a disobedient kid and I did not listen. And this is my character flaw. It's how I was raised.
Mopping floors, being like, why the heck am I doing this, bro? Because my dad told me to, not because I wanted to. And so I just feel like if people would understand, like other people like me who didn't grow up the way they did or didn't have the opportunities that they did, it would just make a lot more sense. Like the abuse happened so psychologically. And then there was other abuse that happened to me. Like I was molested at 13 and I got into drugs because I needed an escape because I didn't go through therapy. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many things. And I take full responsibility for my actions because I made them as an adult. So I understand that I made really bad decisions that did hurt other people, men and women alike. And that's like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing else I could do about that other than pray for the people that I've hurt and hope to goodness that they come to Christ, you know, because they were struggling too. Men lusted after me because I was putting out content, but they were supplying the demand for me to do it. You know, there's a heart issue on both ends. Sorry for the rant.
No, I loved it. There's so much to unpack there. And I wanted to say one thing. When I met
Unpack it, George.
When I met you at the gym and I was done speaking to you,
I had no idea who you were, by the way.
I vice versa. We were just bumping into
like,
it was meant to be.
I doubt it.
We were meant to meet. And
Don't believe it.
I think this, when I met you, I didn't know this, but there was a mask on. There was a version of you that you were displaying. And there was a version of how you spoke, your mannerisms. It was this character that you were wanting to display. And when I saw you on when I saw you on the podcast and then they were shredding you and the way you held yourself with such respect.
Oh my gosh. Of course.
And integrity and the way you combated, but with like true wisdom. I said,
Nala, come on the show. Open invite. Come on the show. Come on, honey. Come on, sweetheart. Let's get on the show.
Oh, there's God's daughter that I was waiting for to pop out.
That's good.
That's really cool. That's one I wanted to just unpack. Two, I wanted to apologize. In our community, there are a lot of vultures and wolves. And you should have been met.
Oh, you're just so innocent. You didn't have any of this coming. It's just the evil men. The evil men. This is this is why men will never allow women's rights to be repealed, because there's men like this that'll fight on the side of women for eternity.
At the door with celebration. But
I was
unfortunately,
with some people,
yeah.
and that's who I hold close. My
Amen.
husband, I met great friends through that. There were pastors speaking about me at their church services because they were like, look at what she did.
Amen.
She's the
Yeah.
modern day Mary Magdalene, and she
Yeah, see, she wants to be worshipped. That's what she's bringing this up. It's not about God, it's about her being worshipped.